Okay, so today with our inequalities, we are going to look at systems of linear and nonlinear inequalities where there's more than one inequality on the same coordinate plane. And basically all you're going to do is you're going to graph them on the same coordinate plane in shade, and where their shading overlaps is going to be your solution. So when we do these, we are going to make sure that we label the intersection point or points, sometimes there's more than one, and the overlap is clearly marked. Okay, I'm going to do these without the graphing calculator. You are more than welcome to use your graphing calculator to do any of these, but I'm going to do it by hand because sometimes the graphing calculator is good to use to check just to make sure you're right. And other times, you know what, it's a little bit faster if you just do it by hand. So first one is y is greater than x plus 3. So these lines, they're already in slope-intercept form, so they're very easy to graph. So I'm going to start at positive 3. Oops, oh, shoot. Hang on, that's not what I wanted there. Positive 3, okay. And our slope is 1 over 1. So we're going to go up 1 over 1, just like we did. And we're going to shade it here in a second. We're going to go down 1, back 1, down 1, back 1, all the way through our graph. And this is a dashed line, so I'm going to go ahead and dash that line, okay. And it is greater than. Greater than means above, okay, so above that line is going to be all of this here, okay. Should probably have made that a little bit thicker highlighter before I started here. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing with the other one. We're going to start at negative 1, so let's do a different color here. We're going to start at negative, oops, again, I did the wrong pen there that I chose. Okay, so we're going to start at negative 1, and our slope is down 1, back 1, down 1, back 1. So we're going to go this way. We could also go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, and if you notice, that dot that I just made is where they intersect. So our intersection point is going to be at negative 2, 1. Okay, and then I'm just going to continue with my points, and it's a dashed line, so I'm going to dash that through there, and it is less than is going to be below, so I'm going to shade below, and if you notice, there's parts that have both the pink and the blue, and that is going to be our solution. So this part here, where they overlap, is going to be our solution. So the two things that we had to make sure, we have our intersection point, and you can label that right on the graph if you want to. And then we have it clearly shown where they overlap. So let's just take a look at another one here. So we have y is less than negative x plus 3. So I'm going to start at, again, positive 3, and my slope is down 1 over 1. Make that a little bit bigger, like this, or up 1, back 1, and again, I'm going to sketch that line all the way through my graph, and it is less than. Less than means that we are going to be below that line. So I'm going to go ahead and shade in on everything below it, like so. Okay, and then we have our other line, which is we start at positive 2. Notice that's just a little bit below the 3. They're not starting at the same spot, and the slope is down 1 over 2. So there is the intersection point, down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2, or up 1, back 2, up 1, oops, back 2, up 1, back 2. We're going to have, again, another dashed line here. Okay, and when we go to shade it, we are shading greater than. Greater than is above that line. Oops, let me do a different color. Greater than is above that line. And as you can see, this area here is our overlap, and our intersection point, it looks like, is negative 2, 1. So our intersection point right here, negative 2, 1 is our intersection, so that we have that, and we clearly shaded. Okay, so that's just linear inequalities. That's Algebra 1. You did those in Algebra 1. So now let's look at a little bit tougher. Okay, so this is a parabola and a line. So we're going to have a parabola that opens up, and we're going to have a line going through it. So what we're looking for, generally speaking, is 2 intersection points on this. So let's go ahead and do a little graphing. And if you need help graphing like some specific ordered pairs on the parabola, again, feel free to use your graphing calculator to help you with that. But I know that my parabola is just shifted down 1, so I just moved it down 1. It's not left or right at all. And if I do a little quick mental math, if I know that x equals 1, 1 squared is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So I would be at 0, and then on the other side, it's just reflected. I said x equals 2, 2 squared is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3. So at 2, I would be at 3, and then I would just be on the other side. And it's a solid line, so let's go ahead and graph that as a solid line, okay? And it is greater than is above. Above in a parabola would be on the inside, so we are going to shade on the inside. And again, if you're not real great at figuring out where it should be shaded and things like that, use your graphing calculator. And then the other one is our line, okay, at x plus 1. So we're going to start at plus 1, and we are going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Oh, there's an intersection point. That's at 2, 3. We also go down, back, down, back. There's an intersection point at negative 1, 0. And our line is a solid line. I'm going to go like this with my solid line all the way through. And when I shade it, it is less than. Less than would be below. So we are all of this down here. And if you notice, this little area right here is where it overlaps at. Okay? So again, I've clearly labeled my intersection points, and I've clearly shown where it overlaps at. Okay? And then the last one here that we're going to do is going to be 3 lines. You could have a mixture of parabolas and lines and things like that. I do believe like on your homework today, it'll have 2 parabolas that intersect with each other. So these are not everything that you'll have to be able to do, but just 3 lines here. We've got y is greater than or equal to negative x plus 1. So let's do that line first. We start at plus 1 here, and our slope is down 1 over 1, down 1 over 1, like this. And it's a solid line. So here in a second, let me just get my points on here. I've got my solid line going, and it is greater than. And greater than means that I'm going to be shading above it, up here. Okay, and then our second line, I'll do in blue, is x plus 1. So we're going to start, there's one of our intersection points right there, is at 0, 1 is one of our intersection points. Okay, and then our slope is up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, down 1, back 1, down 1, back 1, like so. And then we're just going to go like this all the way through our graph. And it is greater than or equal to. Greater than means that we are shading above. So as you look already, you can see that that pink and blue overlap is going to be part of, somewhere in there is going to be part of the solution. But we need to find the place where all 3 overlap at. So this last one, y is less than or equal to 4. We're going to go up to 1, 2, 3, 4, which is right here. Let me do that in a different color. 4, right there. And it's a horizontal line. So as we draw our horizontal line this way, if you notice, here is an intersection point. And as we draw our horizontal line this way, here is another intersection point. That's at negative 3, 4. And then that other one is positive 3, 4. And if we are less than or equal to that horizontal line, then that means that we would be everything below it. And if you notice, there's that little triangle in the middle right here that has all 3 colors on it. There's lots of areas that have 2 colors on it, but only that little triangle has all 3. Okay, and again, feel free to use your calculator as you choose. You can choose different colors with it for your lines. It'll shade for you. Just have to make sure that you're changing those inequality symbols each time to make sure it's doing it correctly. So good luck. Oh, and your homework is a, oopsie-daisies, a worksheet in Schoology that you can work on today. You will have some time tomorrow to work on it as well. But tomorrow there's going to be an additional assignment with some practice problems of partial fractions. So the homework is 7.5 day 2. It's called 7.5 day 2 homework, and it's a worksheet in Schoology. So you can work on that today, finish it up tomorrow with some additional homework tomorrow, and then we have a quiz on Wednesday. So good luck.